guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kaki, and today is my fourth video in my 12 Days of Mindfulness series. If you guys haven't caught up, go ahead, there's a playlist on my channel, and go ahead and start at the beginning so that you can kind of get to where we are today. If you guys have been watching along, today is some of the really good meat of this series, and it is going to be all about manifestation. Now, if you don't know what manifestation is essentially bringing about change in your own life, like taking an active role in it. And I'm going to start by saying that we're going to keep our feet firmly planted in reality in this video. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of this in the form of like that movie or the book, The Secret, and it's all about the law of attraction. And the way that they frame that is like you're gaming your life, and I just have never really liked that approach to it. The way that I look at it is that we create our reality by our thoughts and actions. And so our emotions, the way we feel about ourselves, and the actions that we take in the world are kind of like how we're building our reality. So essentially, everywhere that we've gotten so far in life has just been stuff that we've already manifested. So it doesn't have to be something you're necessarily actively doing, but how much cooler could it be if you actually took an active role in it, right? That's what I mean when I say that we're keeping our feet firmly planted in reality. I'm not going to tell you how to put a picture up and then just by magic you're going to get this like sports car that you want. Like, it is about putting in the work as far as I'm concerned. And the main reason that I'm sharing this with you guys is because it works, basically. Like, I have to be honest, it works. And it's just a matter of taking an active role in what's already happening in your life. So it sounds really pie in the sky, right? It doesn't sound super realistic, but it's actually pretty simple. So the whole idea behind manifestation is bringing your personal inner self to a place where you're ready to receive what it is that you want. If you think about that, it makes sense because the way that you can observe the things that happen in your life, like a really great relationship that starts, or a really great job that happens to you, or like a big life change that pans out in sort of like an uncanny way, you can kind of feel the universe conspiring to help you, because there have also been in all of our lives these very real situations where we wanted something to work and we thought that it was the right thing, but we realized that we were actually forcing it because either the timing wasn't right, or the people weren't right, or you weren't right at the time. And then in hindsight you realize, wow, like, that would actually have been a really bad thing to do. And a lot of people get into relationships that are doomed to fail because they just kind of like force it and things like that. When you're building things on an unstable foundation, they are kind of doomed to crumble. So the idea behind manifestation is putting in the foundation to make sure that what it is that you want, once you do receive it, you use it and you succeed. Because you don't want to get that, $100,000 a year job if you're not qualified for it, you know what I mean? Why would you want to be in a situation as good as it is if you're not prepared for it? And so we're just basically trying to bring ourselves to a level mentally, and that's where we're doing the work, to bring ourselves to a place where we are ready to accept the good things to happen in our lives. And while I don't agree with all of Elise Brodigam's practices, she's the girl from Raw Alignment, I love her videos. I do mainly agree with the core tenets of how she exercises manifestation. And basically the common practice is that you will decide what it is that you want to achieve. It's just like, a goal that you really want in your life, or something really great that you'd like to happen. And you journal it. You just say like, I really want this. And you just get really specific and you dial in what it is that you really want. And honestly, like, that's half the battle, right? It's just like writing down how you really feel, because as soon as you start writing it down and trying to kind of like pull details out of yourself, you kind of realize like how fully formed this like thought is, or maybe not fully formed this thought is in your heart, and that there might be more distance between you being ready for it and where you are now than you thought. And that's a really good thing to kind of realize, like you can kind of sense how long you expect something like this to take, because you still need to cover the ground in between. And so after you have kind of journaled out all of these things in detail and really processed them, and really wrapped your head around the ideas of like where you're going to need to be in order to be ready to receive those kinds of things, then you just kind of rewrite your goals in the present tense as if you already have them, and you kind of start with, I am so incredibly grateful for ... and you frame it as if you've already achieved them. Not only does that, again, reinforce in your mind the ways that you're going to need to grow in order to cover the distance between yourself and what it is that you want, but it also helps you just kind of inhabit that feeling. You know, and you might realize, like, once you have it, like, it's actually not exactly what you want, but if it is, you get to really kind of flesh those things out with yourself. Again, it's just a really great personal mental exercise. And then, as you've kind of put yourself in that mindset and you have something to look forward to, you can then use your daily practice to continue to invest in yourself and grow towards those goals. And that is, to me, the very practical application of manifestation. It does not have to be this conjuring the powers of the universe thing. It is more so taking an active role with the universe in conspiring towards your own success. Honestly, dreaming as big as you want at that point, because you know that you have the skills and the potential to be able to bridge the gap between yourself and what it is that you want. It's super duper empowering, and honestly, it's incredibly realistic. It puts a lot of your more pie in the sky goals into an achievable focus, and it makes it so that you feel like you might even be able to exceed your own potential. I honestly encourage you to journal things in a manifestation journal that, like, seem crazy to you. You know what I mean? Like, they're just these ideas that are just like, I would never have that. Like, that would never happen to me. And then what it's gonna do is it's gonna get the wheels going in your brain about, like, okay, well, I mean, I just wrote down that I already have it. Like, what parts of myself do I need to grow in order to reach the place where I'm ready to receive those kinds of gifts? Like, it's awesome. You can actually do that. And basically, it's just a really good mental strategy to reaching your long-term goals, possibly conjuring the powers of the universe, however you want to think about it. So to kind of bring it all full circle, think about it this way. If you aren't taking an active role in manifesting the life that you want, you're just gonna end up being part of someone else's manifestation. And it sounds like a kind of a veiled threat, but if you think about it, that's what we talked about in the first video about how you might get to middle age and be angry because you've been playing by someone else's rules your entire life and you haven't been able to do the things that you wanted to do. This is your biggest tool in making sure that you're staying on track to doing the things that you want to do, so that every day you have something to be grateful for, and every day you're feeling an amazing sense of fulfillment and growth, that ultimately you will reach those goals. And honestly, to everybody that I see say that, you know, manifestation doesn't work and the law of attraction doesn't exist, you have to remember that the whole idea is that you need to bring yourself to a place where you're ready to receive those things. If you haven't done the work, even if you got those gifts, they wouldn't be useful to you anyway. And so just always keep in mind, it's about traveling the distance yourself. This is just a really, really great tool to keep you on track. So that is my take on manifestation with feet firmly planted in reality. And I hope that you guys got something out of this video. If you did, let me know down in the comments. And if you guys liked this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. If you want to keep hanging out with me, make sure you hit that button down below and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you did. Right now is a really good time to do it because we still have, what, 8 more videos in this series leading up to Christmas. As always, guys, feel free to leave down in the comments anything you want to get out of the series. I want to make sure that I kind of like get everything in that you guys want me to. And I hope that you guys are having an awesome week. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.